Alright, y'all, so this Mason right here, as you can see, tried to discredit all these books that I've read. He said that this book right here is biased, this book is biased, this is an opinion of a Mason, this person has no credibility, this is just an opinion from a Mason, and they don't use his books anymore, so-called. But then also he tried to discredit that book at the top right there, The Secret Teaching of All Ages, and said that that book has no credibility as well. Now look here, people, I just want to share you the information that are in these books so you guys can form your own opinion about what's being said, and that actually was just coming out of the mouth of a Freemason. So let me get into it for you. Now, for starters, I want to get into something real quick. I want to talk about the definition of occultism, because most people don't really have the base or bottom background for what, occultism truly is. So we're saying that occultism, a group of esoteric religious traditions emerging primarily from the 19th century Europe. In particular, the term occultism is associated with the ideas of the French Kabbalist and ceremonial magician Eliphas Levi, a Freemason, by the way, and I have his book, by the way, as well as various figures both in France and abroad who were strongly influenced by his writings. In the academic study of esotericism, the term is often used in a broader sense to characterize all esoteric traditions that have adapted to an increasingly secular, globalized, and scientific world, including spiritualism, spiritism, Wicca, and the New Age. Now, let's also continue. By the way, this is from a Masonic website. Now watch this. Some people consider Freemasonry inherently esoteric, while others think the craft is a fraternity celebrating friendship and mutual support. Is Freemasonry esoteric or not? The short answer is yes, no, maybe. You see that? It's that beating around the bush stuff that I don't like, people, but let's continue. Esotericism is any topic intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. This certainly applies to Masonry. So it applies to Masonry, people, but on a deeper level, much deeper. And in a Masonic context, the word esoteric is usually taken to mean that our ceremonies and rituals allude to realities and or truths not generally understood or which may have a spiritual component to them. Now I want y'all to peep some of the symbolism used here, because look here, you got the Father God, you got the Son God reborn, and the Mother Goddess. Look at this. You got the Son that just shows you that that's the Sun God. This is the Sun God reborn, and this is the Mother Goddess. You see the crescent, you see the star. Now also, pay attention. You got the scorpion. That's an occult symbol. Well, let's pay attention. You got this symbol right here that's used in the medical field. They use this symbol. And I'll talk about this later as well. Now look, you also got little stuff down here as well. Little small stuff. Look at this symbol right here. Pay attention to this symbol. This is on the Pope's robe. You got the crescent again. Look at all this. You got the compass and the square. Look at all this, people. Come on now. Don't be deceived. Then right here, you can't see it, but this gentleman up top has the Jacobin hat on. And that goes back to the Phoenicians and Babylonian times, by the way, people. Then he got his compass and his square, and he got his little book and everything. You see the fertility sign right there, because you got the butterfly. The butterfly represents fertility, people, and being reborn. Come on now, people. Look at the symbolism that's all through here. People, what to say, people? Anyone who has traveled a bit can tell you that even the flavor of the foundational degrees, craft/Blue Lodge Masonry, can differ immensely from state to state, and more so if you compare these degrees across the Scottish Rite, York Rite, Swedish Rite, RER, or something else. In the higher degrees, the differences are even more dramatic and pronounced. Some are philosophical, others practical. Some represent allegory, and others offer discourses on symbolism or quasi-historical themes. And something like the Scottish Rite, the same degree may have dramatical different rituals depending upon the jurisdiction. The southern jurisdiction with the northern Masonic jurisdiction. The 20th degrees are nothing alike. When someone describes himself as an esoteric Mason, it often means that he perceives and embraces what appear to be aspects of the Western esoteric tradition in our rituals, i.e. some affinity to the symbolism of Hermeticism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, Kabbalah, etc. Freemasonry is an eclectic organization, and at various times we have borrowed the language and symbols of these and other traditions. They borrow the symbolism and tradition from Hermeticism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, and the Kabbalah, etc. People, the Bible forbids Hermeticism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, and the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah says that you can sleep with spirits. The Bible does not say that. And it says that also you can communicate with spirits. The Bible does not say that. Neoplatonism, that has a philosophy that has nothing to do with the Bible, nor with any teaching that Jesus taught. So therefore, it is debunked right then and there by default. People, Gnosticism says that you can be saved, you can earn salvation through knowledge. The Bible does not say that, nor in the Old Testament nor in the New Testament. So this is debunked, people. Gnosticism cannot be used in Christianity, nor in Jewish tradition or Israelite tradition. Now look here, Hermeticism. It talks about alchemy and all this other types of stuff that goes on within, the divine science and everything of that sort. The Bible forbids that. So this is not nothing we need to mess with. We don't need to mess with Freemasonry. We don't need to mess with any of this at all, people.